Good afternoon, students. I'm very pleased to introduce another episode for our curriculum. Today, inshallah, we are going to begin Unit 2. Unit 2 is talking about heat energy. Do you remember this word? But we are going to call it thermal energy. Let's go. Today, we have a new unit. Our unit is called thermal energy. Thermal is a new term. Thermal equal heat. So we can say thermal energy or heat energy. We have two lessons in this unit. Lesson 1 is talk about heat conduction. Our unit is talking about thermal energy. What do you remember about energy? Look, this boy is running. Your body needs energy to play like this boy. A car needs fuel as a source of energy to move. So, energy. It is the ability to do work. Energy helps us to work, to play, to run, to study, and do everything in our life. Do you remember from grade 4 the different forms of energy? What is this? It is a lamp. Lamp gives us what? Lamp gives us light. So, light energy that comes from lamp helps us to see. So, lamp is a source of light energy, and the work of light energy helps us to see. What is this? It's a heater. The heater gives us heat. So, the heater is a source of heat energy, and the work of the heat energy helps us to warm. So, heat energy produced from the heater and helps us to warm. We have two batteries. Batteries are the source of electric energy. What is the work of electric energy? Without electricity, we cannot operate machines. We cannot operate televisions, radios. So, electric energy produced from dry cell and operates machines. What is this? It's a piano. Is a piano a source of energy? Yes. Piano is a source of sound energy that produced from piano and helps us to hear. So the work of sound energy, hearing. After we learned all different types of energy, we are going to begin our lesson. Our lesson is talking about one of energies. It's called heat energy or heat conduction. What is heat or thermal energy? We said the source of thermal energy is the heater, and the work of the thermal energy to warm. So, it is a form of energy that transfers from the higher temperature object to the lower temperature object. Look, it's a higher temperature object. When you touch it, the heat of it transfers from it to a cooler object. This is called heat transfer or heat conduction. Heat in energy or heat conduction is very, very important in our daily life or in our life. So, what are importance of thermal energy? There are importance in our daily life. We use heat energy every day in our daily life. Number 1, warming houses. We said heat energy uses inside our homes to warm our homes. Look, this is a heater. We use fire or heat energy that comes from fire to warm our home. Second importance of the thermal energy in our daily life is cooking. Look, your mother cook. You eat your food by using fire or thermal energy. Number 3, heating water. If you want to drink a cup of tea, you heat water to boiling point to make a cup of tea, and you use a heat energy or thermal energy. Number 4, if you want to dry your washed clothes, you use the heat energy. But the heat energy of what? Of the fire? No, the heat energy of the sun, because the sun is the main source of heat in our Earth planet. And we use heat energy in ironing the clothes. There are importance of heat energy in industry. Number 1, in factories making the processing food, they use heat energy. Number 2, manufacture of glass, paper and textile, they use heat energy. As can you see, this man use fire energy, and in factories they use fire energy to make many things like vases, like lamps. Look to this movie and see the importance of fire energy. Our conclusion is heat energy is very important in our daily life and in industry. But how can we feel the object hot or cold? By something called temperature. So what is the temperature? It is the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. What is this? It's a cold body. When you put your hand on this object, the ice, you can say it's a cold body or it has low degree of temperature. What is this? It's a very, very hot body. If you touch this body, you can say it has very, very high degree of temperature. If you want to measure the temperature of any object, you must use a device. Our device is thermometer. So the measuring devices of temperature are the thermometers. When you touch a wood that inside a fire, you cannot feel the hotness of wood. But when you touch a spoon of aluminium, you can feel the hotness of this spoon. So there are some elements conduct heat and some elements don't conduct heat. So we are going to learn elements and conduction of heat. So we are going to make activity to find out the good and bad conductors of heat. Any activity has tools. Number 1, a glass container. Number 2, a metal spoon. Number 3, a plastic ruler. Number 4, a wooden pencil. Number 5, a molten wax. And hot water. And we are going to use a clay to stick them. 3 buttons. Steps of this activity. First, we get a basin, and this basin has a hot water. We have a wooden pencil, a plastic ruler, and a spoon that is made of aluminium. Number 1, we stick the 3 on the edge of the basin by using the molten wax. After this, stick the 3 buttons on them by using a clay. Then put the hot water. Can you imagine what will happen after you put the hot water? Let's see. What's your observation? What can you see from this activity? The button falls from the metallic spoon but doesn't fall from plastic ruler and from wooden pencil. So what's your conclusion? Some materials allow heat to flow through them. They are known good conductors of heat or heat conductors. And some materials don't allow heat to flow through and known as bad conductors of heat or heat insulators. So, if I ask you, define heat conductors or good conductors of heat, what's your definition? They are the materials that let heat flow through. Examples of heat conductors: iron, aluminium, copper, stainless steel. So after we define heat conductors, we wanted to define heat insulators or bad conductors of heat. They are the materials that don't let heat flow through. If you touch them, you cannot feel the heat. Examples of heat insulators: wood, glass, plastic, paper, and wool, rubber, liquid, and air gases. All of these materials are bad conductors of heat, or we can call them heat insulators. We use heat conductors and heat insulators every day in our daily life. The using of them are called life applications on heat insulators and heat conductors. The life application of heat insulators: they are used in cold countries. Air is used in making the insulating glass windows. This is the insulating glass windows. They are used in cold countries and air is used in making them. How? Let's see. Or why? Why we use air in making insulator glass windows? Because the air is an insulator material. What's the meaning of this? How is the insulating glass window made up? Glass sheet, another glass sheet, and the space between the two glass sheets. This space has an air. The life application of heat conductors: look, what are they? They are railway bars. They are made of iron. Iron is good conductor of heat. Why the railway bars made of iron? Because iron is a good conductor of heat. It expands and twists by heat. So when they make the railway bars, they leaving spaces between them. Do you know why? Because by heating, if they expand and twist, it will make a train accident. So the answer is to avoid train accidents. The train moves on railway bar that made of iron. And if you look to another railway bar, there is a space between them. We said why? Because when the train moves on the railway bar, it will raise the temperature of the railway bar that it made from iron, and it will be expand and twist. If expand or twist, it will make a train accident. So they make spaces between them. We said iron, aluminium, stainless steel are conductors of heat, and they are called from grade 4 metals. So all metals are good conductors of heat, such as iron, aluminium, copper, and stainless steel. But are they conduct heat by the same speed, or there is one faster than another one? Let's see. To show that metals are different in conducting heat, we are going to make another activity. And the activity has what? Tools. Our tools are two metallic racks, 3 metal rods with the same length, thickness of copper, aluminium, and iron, a flame, office pins, molten wax, stopwatch. The steps of this activity. This is the shape of our activity. We get the 2 racks and put the 3 rods of copper, iron, aluminium, and stick on them the 3 pins by using a molten wax, and put under the rack a flame. This flame make the rack very hot, and the 3 are good conductor of heat. They will conduct the heat to the 3 pins. What can you imagine will happen from this activity? The pin on the copper rod falls first, then the pin that on aluminium rod, and the pin on the iron rod. What's the meaning of this, or what's your conclusion? Metals are different in conducting heat, which means that some metals conduct heat faster than the other. Copper conducts heat faster than aluminium. Aluminium conducts heat faster than iron. Good conductors of heat and bad conductors of heat are very, very important in our daily life. So they are used in our daily life. Usages of good and bad conductors of heat are: first, the usages of aluminium and copper. They are good heat conductors. They are used in making cooking pots, kettles. Plastic and wood, they are heat insulators. They are used in making the handles of cooking pots and the iron. Wool is what? Is heat insulators. It's used in making heavy blankets, woolen clothes. Do you know the reason? Do you know the question? Give reason. We use heat insulators in making heavy blankets and woolen clothes. Why? The answer is because they are used in winter to keep the body warm and prevent the leakage of heat. Let's answer some questions. Question number 1. Write the scientific term. A form of energy that transfers from the hot materials to the cold materials. This is the definition of heat energy. Number 2. A form of energy that is used in heating water and warming the house. This is the thermal energy. The degree of hotness or coldness of a body. This is the temperature. A form of energy that is used in making and processing food, glass, textiles, and paper. It's also thermal energy. The measuring device of temperature, thermometer. The materials that let heat flow through, they are heat conductors. All metals are heat conductors. The materials that don't let heat flow through, heat insulators. Aluminium, copper, stainless steel, and iron, they are heat conductors. Wood, paper, glass, and plastic, what are they? They are heat insulators. Good conductors of heat and bad conductors of heat are very, very important in our daily life. So they are used in our daily life. Usages of good and bad conductors of heat are: first, the usages of aluminium and copper. They are good heat conductors. They are used in making cooking pots, kettles. Plastic and wood, they are heat insulators. They are used in making the handles of cooking pots and the iron. Wool is what? Is heat insulators. It's used in making heavy blankets, woolen clothes. Do you know the reason? Do you know the question? Give reason. We use heat insulators in making heavy blankets and woolen clothes. Why? The answer is because they are used in winter to keep the body warm and prevent the leakage of heat. Let's answer some questions. Question number 1. Write the scientific term. A form of energy that transfers from the hot materials to the cold materials. This is the definition of heat energy. Number 2. A form of energy that is used in heating water and warming the house. This is the thermal energy. The degree of hotness or coldness of a body. This is the temperature. A form of energy that is used in making and processing food, glass, textiles, and paper. It's also thermal energy. The measuring device of temperature, thermometer. The materials that let heat flow through, they are heat conductors. All metals are heat conductors. The materials that don't let heat flow through, heat insulators. Aluminium, copper, stainless steel, and iron, they are heat conductors. Wood, paper, glass, and plastic, what are they? They are heat insulators. Thank you for your listening and goodbye.